Imagine you go to a bakery in your city, walk in with some coins in your hand, and when you try to pay, the baker looks you in the eye and says, "I'm sorry, but those coins are no good to me. We only accept good ones here." Think how strange it would be if your own money were no longer accepted. If, from one day to the next, what you have in your pocket was no longer worth anything, not because the number had changed, but because the metal inside the coin no longer inspires confidence. This isn't science fiction or an episode of a medieval TV series. This took place in the heart of Europe in the Holy Roman Empire during the most chaotic years of the 30 Years' War, at the beginning of the 17th century. This episode became known as the Kipper and Wipper scandal and was one of the biggest monetary scandals in history. A moment in which entire cities, desperate to finance the war, resorted to manipulating their coins, lowering their silver and copper content to the point that no one would accept them. Today we're going to delve into this fascinating and terrifying event. But don't worry, this won't be a boring history lesson. I'm going to tell you this story as if it were a Netflix series, with intrigue, betrayal, soldiers demanding to be paid in real money, and merchants refusing to accept what the state said it was worth. And in the end, we'll see why this story not only belongs to the 17th century, but continues to resonate today in a world of inflation, digital currencies, and central banks. The historical context: we are in the Holy Roman Empire, a complex network of cities, principalities, and kingdoms that stretched across much of what is now Germany, Austria, Switzerland, and beyond. In 1618, the 30 Years' War broke out, one of the bloodiest and most chaotic conflicts in European history. Warfare required soldiers, weapons, gunpowder, logistics, and all of this cost money. But the coffers of cities and princes were empty. What do you do when you need money quickly and don't have it? Today, governments issue debt, print banknotes, or manipulate interest rates. But in the 17th century, money was coins made of precious metals, silver, gold, and copper. Then someone came up with the idea, what if we lower the silver content in our coins? That way we can make more coins with less metal. What seemed like an ingenious solution snowballed into a situation that nearly destroyed the economy. The Kipper and Wipper trap. The term Kipper and Wipper roughly translates as weigh and trim, because that's literally what they did. They collected old coins and melted them down. They removed some of the silver or gold, mixing them with cheaper metals like copper or lead. They re-minted new coins, which at first glance looked the same, but with much less intrinsic value. It was as if someone today printed $100 bills on cheaper paper and said, "It's worth the same, trust me." At first, it worked. More coins circulated, soldiers could be paid, and markets remained active. But soon, people began to realize that these new coins were of poor quality. Bakers, butchers, and peasants began to reject them. And worse, soldiers, who risked their lives on the battlefield, refused to fight if they were paid with counterfeit money. They wanted the old coins, the ones that had a real silver weight. Thus, the system collapsed. The domino effect on the economy. What happened with the Kipper and Wipper was a real crisis of confidence. And here's the key. Money isn't worth what it's made of, but the trust people place in it. When that trust is broken, the system collapses. Within months, trade between cities became chaotic. Some cities accepted only their own currencies. Merchants demanded payment in kind, such as grain, wine, or livestock, because they didn't trust any currency. The result was inflation, shortages, and discontent. Sound familiar? It's exactly what we see today in countries with hyperinflation, money circulating, but with no real value. Back then, people hid the good coins and got rid of the bad ones. They called it bad money crowding out good money, a law that centuries later became formalized as Gresham's law. When two kinds of money circulate, people keep the good money and spend the bad. and that accelerates the collapse. Relationship with the present. The fascinating thing about this story is that it's not so far removed from what we're experiencing today. When central banks print excessive amounts of money, trust erodes. When a country experiences hyperinflation, like Venezuela or Zimbabwe, people reject the official currency. Even today, modern soldiers demand secure payments, whether in hard currency or international currencies, not in devalued banknotes. The Kipper and Wipper were an early version of what we call uncontrolled inflation today. Only instead of printing paper bills, they devalued metal coins. Human stories. Imagine a peasant of that time. He worked in the fields all day to sell his wheat at the market. He would arrive with his cart, receive payment in new coins, and upon returning to his village, the blacksmith would say, "Sorry, I can't sell you tools with these coins. They're adulterated." This desperate peasant would hide the old coins he still had underground, while the new ones circulated as a kind of cursed money. Doesn't that remind you of people today in countries with inflation who stash dollars under their mattresses or buy cryptocurrencies as a safe haven? History repeats itself, only the materials change. The outcome? The Kipper and Wipper didn't last long, just a few years between 1619 and 1623, but it was devastating. The cities that manipulated their currencies the most ended up in chaos. Soldiers deserted, markets ground to a halt, and the population suffered from hunger. Finally, the authorities realized they could no longer sustain this deception. They attempted to return to honest coins using real silver, but trust had already been broken. And in the midst of the 30 Years' War, millions of people suffered not only from violence, but also from the economic disaster caused by falsified currency. Inspiring conclusion. The story of the Kipper and Wipper reminds us of a fundamental lesson. Money isn't just metal, paper, or numbers on a screen. Money is trust. When a government plays with that trust to make a quick buck, citizens are the ones who pay the price. And while we may think these things are a thing of the past, the truth is that the temptation to manipulate currency is still alive in the 21st century. The next time you hear about inflation, money printing, or devaluation, remember those bakers, soldiers, and peasants of the Holy Roman Empire who one day said, "No, I don't accept this currency." Because that's where one of the first modern monetary crises in history began. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and tap the bell so you don't miss any more videos about economics and personal finance. Subscribe